B, you can pretty much pinpoint where any classic movie is from. So take a look at your screens to see if you recognize this famous 40s flick.
I have the room ready for you, Mrs. Barrington.
Thank you, Mark.
Did you hear that? Mrs. Barrington.
Not quite, darling, but soon. Very, very soon. Hello.
Yes?
Every bottle of champagne sent to the room at once. Make sure that we are not disturbed for any
That was great.
Okay, awkward. Obviously, that isn't a classic 40s film just shot here on our sound stages with Jimmy Fallon, but it is a good example of what our sound stages look like on the inside. Off to the left is a good example of what they look like on the outside. Soundstage 12, currently home to NBC's hit singing competition, The Voice.
Hi everybody, I'm Carson Daly from NBC's The Voice. I want to welcome you to the Universal Front Lot. Our show is filmed on stage 12. It happens to be the largest soundstage on the Universal lot. Take a look.
Thank you, Carson. It is the largest on the lot, but it's also one of the top 10 biggest sound stages in the world. So when we have something to shoot inside of a sound stage on a very large scale, we shoot it in there.
Say hello to my little friend.
So that was all shot inside of Soundstage 12. We call them sound stages because they are mostly soundproof. They're about 98% soundproof. So to account for those extra 2%, we have red lights in front of every door called wigwag lights. If any of those wigwags start glowing red, it means that they are filming at that exact moment, and we have to go off microphone to accommodate them because we don't want my voice appearing in an episode of The Mindy Project talking about them filming The Mindy Project. That'd be weird. Kind of awesome for me, but weird for them, I think. Mindy might be mad at me. Off to the left-hand side, you can see Soundstage 21, all these trailers out front. This is where they are filming for Superstore, starring America Ferrera from Ugly Betty. Soundstage 21 has also been used for several movies, like Tropic Thunder, starring Robert Downey Jr., Snow White and the Huntsman, starring Kristen Stewart, Charlize Theron, and it was NASA's Mission Control Center for Apollo 13, directed by Ron Howard. Now, all of those are movies, but what about TV? Universal Studios Hollywood is owned by NBC Universal, one of the biggest media powerhouses in the world. They own several of your favorite television networks, including, let me take a deep breath here, NBC, Sci-Fi USA, Bravo, Telemundo, the Off Channel, CNBC, MSNBC, The Wonder Channel, Option, Esquire Network, and NBC Sports, just to name a few. Woo! Nailed it. Those are logos that I just said real fast. And the newest addition to our NBC Universal family is The Good Place, starring Ted Danson and Kristen Bell. It's also back on NBC, so keep an eye out for that. And keep an eye out off to the right-hand side of the tram at these Minions. They're guarding Soundstage 44. This soundstage was home summer of 2014 to a tiny little independent film. You probably didn't hear anything about it. It was called Furious 7, starring Paul Walker and Vin Diesel. Okay, currently one of the top 10 highest grossing movies of all time, so maybe you did hear about it. But our first celebrity sighting of the day is coming up off to the left. You can see Ted with his martini glass from Ted 2, the sequel to the Teddy Bear movie starring Seth MacFarlane. Oh, he's fine. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Ted is actually here guarding our bungalows. Now, our bungalows are here because while TV can take about a week to shoot, from concept to writing to actually filming it, movies can take way longer. They can take weeks, months, or even years to shoot. So we have these bungalows off to the left to help them prepare for that long process. Now, they used to be dressing rooms for some of Hollywood's top stars like Doris Day, Rock Hudson, Jimmy Stewart, but now they're used as production offices for some of Hollywood's top writers, directors, and producers like Illumination Entertainment, who bring us the Despicable Me films, The Lorax, Hump, Minions, The Secret Life of Pets, Sing, and of course most recently Despicable Me 3, which should have been called Despicable 3, but I wasn't in that meeting, so missed opportunity on their part. But if you keep looking off to the left, you'll be able to see offices 5195. You might recognize the familiar silhouette of Alfred Hitchcock out front because those used to be his offices, but now they're the offices of the De Laurentiis Company, who brought us Hannibal to the big and small screen. That's a nice family-friendly show. Go back and watch it with your kids. They will love it. Now we are approaching our newest sound stages coming up off to the left-hand side. You can see they're the largest buildings that we've seen thus far. They were built specifically for Hairspray Live on NBC back in December, but now they're being used for Will and Grace. It's back for its 9th season, 11 years after the 8th season, and all the original cast is returning. So we've got Deborah Messing, Eric McCormick, Megan Mullally, Sean Hayes. It premiered last Thursday. Now it's going to be Thursday nights on NBC. This is the part of my job that's the hardest because I'm supposed to be calm and professional, but I love Will and Grace, and they're right in there. I love you guys. They're filming today. Probably shouldn't have done that. Not very professional. It's fine. Back to one. So we are approaching our Metropolitan sets here, which were built. They are the reason that this soundstage was built right here. So for Hairspray Live, they could go back and forth between the interior scenes of our soundstage and the exterior scenes of our Metropolitan sets. They wanted to go right back and forth. Now we are going to be approaching our New York sets. This street is applicably called, New York Street. It's got its own theater district, its own 34th Street, its own Macy's. My co-host Jimmy Fallon is no stranger to the Big Apple, so I'm going to throw it back over to him for his expertise. But first, I'm going to warn you guys that we are entering Halloween Horror Nights territory, so we might see some creepy stuff here, just some casual bloody dead bodies, all in a day. But anyways, live from New York, it's Jimmy Fallon. Yay!
Hey everyone, welcome to New York! I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. Once got mugged over there by an old woman. Tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey, I'm walking here! Hey, it's cool guys. I was just, just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
Now all of these buildings right next to us might look pretty impressive, but they are all fake. They're just what we call facades, which are just the fronts and sides of buildings, because we only really need to build what the camera will see. The rest is left up to your imagination. In fact, what appears to be brick or stone on any of these buildings is really just foam rubber and fiberglass. You can walk up to some of the bricks on these buildings and give them a good squeeze, since they're just squishy like foam rubber. And the buildings are much shorter than they appear as well. If you peek your heads off to the right-hand side of the tram and look up, you might notice that the windows get smaller as the buildings get taller. It's called forced perspective to create the illusion that the window is further away from the camera than it actually is. Make it look like it's a skyscraper you would find in New York rather than just a film set you would find in LA. From the tops of our buildings to our street level, if you guys look down at our street, you might notice any sewer grates, any manhole coverings. We can actually lift these up and put fog machines in there, make it look like it's a steamy sewer grate in a dark, cold New York City night rather than a sunny California day. So we've got a lot of little tricks when it comes to making movies like this. We call it movie magic. We use it quite well. In fact, in some of your favorite superhero movies, for instance, The Amazing Spider-Man starring Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone, you'll be able to see the building where Peter Parker gets bit by the radioactive spider. Straight back on our New York street, it's that very large blue and steel building. Now, the creation of our Metropolitan sets was supervised by director Steven Spielberg, who also collaborated on the adventures of Tintin with director Peter Jackson. And you might recognize the name Peter Jackson as the director of the Lord of the Rings trilogy and, of course, King Kong.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to do movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 when I was old, and I wanted to become a filmmaker. I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up with energy. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you encounter monsters and creatures from historic times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island, and it's great to have you along for the ride. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, just put them in your hand because we're about to enter Skull Island.
Not yet.
Okay, glasses on, everybody.
Now glasses on, Rosie.
We're back in Skull Island.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just survived King Kong 360.
Oh, again, gang up.
It was created by Peter Jackson and his team over at Weta Digital. They won 6 Academy Awards for their work on King Kong, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, The Lord of the Rings trilogy, The Hobbit trilogy, Avatar, and